Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
Let's talk about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will be coming to the UK next week. He'll be commentating for Tyson Fury, and they're looking to build that fight. What do you think of the potential fight between them two?
I think Deontay Wilder at this point knocks out Tyson Fury because Tyson hasn't been back long enough. He's been out 3 years nearly, if not more. He's taken off a lot of weight in 4 or 5 months. And he fought one dismal fight. Now he's fighting basically a basic boxer in Pianetta. And I just think that it might be too soon for him to get in with a Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder clips him somewhere in that fight and hurts him, stops him.
I could see that, but I actually think the fight's not going to happen. Actually, I think they're just doing it to promote Tyson's next fight because Tyson, he with the last guy, he kissed the guy on the lips, and people probably not taking him seriously. So maybe they're just doing this to try and drum up some attention for Tyson.
They come across the pond. I think they're going to do it. I think the fight's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the investors, can make money on that fight. Frank Warren can make money on that fight. Tyson, Deontay, they all can make money on that fight.
Okay.
I think that Tyson will suffer his first loss. I doubt very seriously if he's going to beat Deontay Wilder. If he do, it'll be a surprise to me.
I think they're going to do it in America as well on pay-per-view. I think they can drum up some attention.
Deontay Wilder's going to, I'm telling you, Deontay Wilder's going to clip Tyson somewhere in that fight. When he does, he won't survive it. He won't survive it. It doesn't make sense to me that you got one fight back, 2 fight backs, and you're going to fight the heavyweight champion of the world who's knocking everybody out. It doesn't make sense to me. But and then I'm not sold on this guy that's training Tyson. I'm not sold on him. I'm not saying that he's not a trainer, but I'm saying that he's not an experienced trainer. I think he made a big mistake in letting Peter Fury go. He may think different, but I think he made a big mistake doing that and taking on this new guy. I don't think the guy's qualified. I don't think the guy's been there to the gate enough to conduct somebody in a world heavyweight championship fight. In other words, if something goes wrong in the fight, I don't think the guy will have what it takes to get Tyson out of the trouble.
Yeah, that's possibility. That's a possibility. But Tyson, at this point, like, the money's nice. I mean, the thing is, he's gonna look bad. Each fight he takes, he looks really bad. So it's like people still remember his last fight with your guy Vladimir. But the fight he had recently was like, people look, this guy's not serious. He's not serious. So I think this is the whole thing to make him serious. And maybe it's a cash out fight. Maybe he's going to cash out. I agree with what you said. Maybe they know that they're just going to get paid. They're going to get paid because Eddie Hearn won't give them the money they want. So maybe they're going to go to Wilder, and because Wilder will give them a higher percentage. I feel that's what it's about. It's money, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that Tyson Fury stands to make a lot of money. All he has to do is stay undefeated. He can make money. He's marketable, especially in Britain. He's marketable, and he can make money. So he doesn't have to jump out the window, so to speak, boxing Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
I think that he can stay safe. He can box guys like Pianetta for the next 4 or 5 fights. And then try to make his move in 2019 sometime, or early 2020.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So So maybe they're gonna sign the contract, but not for next fight. Maybe for another.
The guy's egotistic, and his ego is making him jump out there and do it. He's attention hungry, and he's gonna try to do it. And I think that Deontay Wilder's gonna clip him, get him out of there.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I can't see that. What I'm more concerned with is Joseph Parker.
What do you mean?
I think Joseph Parker at this time needs a new facelift. He needs a new trainer, because obviously him and Kevin Barry is not on the same wavelength. Because in the last 2-3 fights, Joseph Parker, even the title-winning fight against Ruiz, Joseph Parker has not looked up to par. He does not look like he's interested. So Joseph Parker needs a facelift. He needs somebody to light a fire under his ass so he can get out there and do the job. He's capable, but he's not coming across the finish line in a fashion that a ex-heavyweight champion should do it. He looks disinterested.
I think that's the money.
He's fighting in slow motion.
Yeah.
And I think that it has to do with the chemistry between the boxer and the trainer. When you can't get results in 2 fights, in the AJ fight, now he come back into Dillian White. If he had started 2-3 rounds early, he might have knocked Dillian White out.
Yeah, well, he's definitely had the power. Like you said, he's got the capability, but it's just the mind, isn't it? The mind's not there. The mind.
Dillian White was knocked out in that last few seconds. He was knocked out.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, absolutely, he was.
So my question is, if somebody had lit a fire under Joseph Parker and said, "Look, go after this guy," because Dillian White was tired. 3-4 rounds. He was the last 3-4 rounds. Dillian White was just, fighting on instinct.
I think he got to him before the fight, though. To be fair, Mr. Bashir, I think Dillian got to him before the fight. He did it to Lucas as well. Dillian does a really good job of getting into the fighter's head and making him think.
Yeah, but that's where expertise come in at. That's where the trainers come in at. That's where the promoters come in at. That's where the people around them come in at. You got to work on a fighter's mind too, because fighters' minds. A lot of fighters' mind. I'm not saying every fighter, but a lot of fighters' mind. When they're preparing for a fight, they're in remote control, and they can drift here or they can drift there, to the right, to the left. They can be in space and they might all they're focused on is getting in the ring and doing the job. So the people around them has got to step in and say, listen, don't buy into what this guy is talking about. Don't get engaged in this foolishness. Your job is to fight. Your job is not to come out there and talk a lot of smack. So, behind the gloves and all of this stuff, all that huffing and puffing and threatening and stuff, all you got to do is say, all right, okay, we'll see when the bell rings. We'll see when the bell rings. I feel like I can do this. I feel like I can do that. When the bell rings, we'll see. But you can't allow your fighter. Like I've always told Vladimir, if you notice that every media or every weigh-in, I've always been next to Vladimir, and I'll put my hand on and say, listen, all this is staring down at people for 15 seconds and 35 seconds. Just stare down for 5 seconds and let's go. What the fuck? You're not gonna win a fight staring at people.
Yeah.
It's just useless energy. It's just useless energy. It doesn't prove anything to me. It doesn't prove anything to me, and I don't like it. I said, look, you do a stare down, you look at the opponent, shake his hand, and walk away. You got to fight this. You still got to fight. You still got to get in the ring and fight. So all that staring and huffing and puffing doesn't make sense to me. Dillian White, like I said, is a good fighter. He's not a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a blue-collar worker in the ring, Most of the time, I think Dillian White is trying to get lucky. He's winging these punches from all over the place, trying to find a place to land a punch, But when I was watching the fight with Park, I said AJ will beat Dillian White again, probably next time, easier.
Yeah, I could see that. But Dillian, he has improved, though. He has improved.
Not to me.
Oh, dear. Really?
No, not to me.
He didn't use that jab the last time he fought with AJ. Or AJ didn't allow him to.
Yeah. He's using the jab, but that's basic. Jab is the first order of business in a boxing ring, you know? I still see a lot of punches that Dillian White is winging. He's winging his punches, and he's throwing them from all over the place. Look how many times he missed Joseph Parker.
Yeah. Missed too.
He missed Joseph Parker numerous times, and if Parker had his head on straight, he could have been there to counter. You know, he could have been there to counter. But Joseph Parker, like I said, he needs a makeover. He needs somebody to light a fire on them and say, listen, get your shit together or you get out of boxing. You're at the top of the ladder. You're one of the top fighters in the world, and you're fighting subpar. You're fighting just below the best. You can't compete with AJ and Deontay Wilder. It wasn't what Parker did in the AJ fight. It was what AJ didn't do. AJ might have stopped Parker. Had he stepped up, I thought sure he was going to stop Parker. You know, but AJ looked at show Parker more respect than what I thought he should have showed him. You know, it's a critical points in a fight. Critical decisions have got to be made. In other words, you have to roll the dice. You know. For instance, in the Vladimir Klitschko fight versus AJ, after Vladimir knocked AJ down, I would, as soon as he got in the corner, I would say, listen, take a deep breath, take another deep breath. Listen, when this bell ring, I want you to jump on AJ, roll the dice, jump on him, go right after him, jump on him, whatever happened, win, lose, or draw, we're going to make this thing happen in this round. But instead, you know, Jonathan Banks and Vitaly Klitschko told him to go out there and box and stay cool and calm. No. AJ was still buzzed after that day. He was still buzzed. And he should have jumped on him looking back. I would have had him jump on him and said, look, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen in this round. Whatever is going to happen, whatever the results is going to be, it's going to happen in this round. Cut the ring off, take the fight to AJ, and make it happen. But instead, you know, Vladimir went out there and stayed cool, calm, and collective, and AJ brought himself back into the fight. Yeah,
you're right about that. At that point, he should have tried to jump on. But that's who he's been for a while. That's why Manny Estudi was there. And Manny
I would have told him to beat the horse to the gate.
But you was in the corner, innit? When you in the corner?
No. Too many cooks spoil the soup. You got Vitaly in the corner, and you got Jonathan Banks in the corner. What could I do in the corner? What would my voice mean in that corner?
Yeah, that's true.
My voice would have meant nothing in the corner, you know? But I would have had him, I'd say, take a deep breath, take another deep breath, pull yourself together. This is it. This round is it. I need you when this bell rings to jump on this man, go across that ring and make a fight out of it. Whatever happens is going to happen in this round. If you get knocked down and out, then so be it. But this round, we're going to go after him, and we're going to open up with both guns. With both guns blazing, we got to go get this guy now. But instead, the instruction was go out there, stay calm, box around, be cool, collect yourself. And in the meantime, you got a younger guy, a strong guy, and you're allowing him to collect himself. And in the training camp for that fight, I told Vladimir, I said, Vladimir, watch out for the fast start. One of those rounds, watch out for the fast start. And that's exactly what happened in that last round. AJ shot out that corner with the fast start, jumped on Vladimir and never got off. I told him, watch out for the fast start. You know, and the fast start means the fast start at the beginning of any one of those rounds. But I knew that at some point, when AJ thought that Vladimir was tiring, that there would be a fast start. And that's exactly what happened. And that I gave him an instruction in the training camp because I know from experience. You got an old warrior and you got a young warrior. And the major thing they're going to look for is they're going to look for the legs getting weak. They're going to look for the hands dropping. They're going to look for the hustle, huffing and puffing when they're on the inside, when they're infighting, bumping chests. They're going to sense that one is tiring. And I told Latimer, I said, listen, stay alert for the fast start. And that's exactly what happened. AJ came out the last round with a fast start. You see how he came out the corner the last round?
Yeah.
He came out the corner fast. Fast. And because Vladimir was tiring, he wasn't really alert. But I knew from experience that the fast start is what kills old fighters. The fast start is what injures fighters that's had a rough, tough round. They come back out the next round trying to buy time to conserve themselves, if you will. So, that's experience, though. I got that over the years of experience.
Yeah, that's true. They got a lot of experience there, man. It's a shame, man, but like I said, in it, at this point, I don't know if Joseph Parker wants it though. To be fair, going back to Joseph Parker, because he was saying, he got a lot of money from AJ. He made quite a lot of money from things. He's making his biggest payday, and it's that sort of money in New Zealand, not in Australia. That when they go back to New Zealand, you can live there living nicely, quite nicely, and they were saying that the hunger is really in there. Remember, he's kind of making his money away on other people's shores, like. How come they don't build him up in New Zealand? I mean, they did build him up in New Zealand, but all the big money's over here, like in the UK, and all the heavyweights over here. So,
hunger is something that's being controlled by the boxer themselves. The boxer sets the roof on how much money he has. Like Latimer Klitschko, like AJ, they're forging on. Even though they have a lot of money, they're still forging on. They're still showing interest in the sport. They're still showing the competitive edge that a champion shows. Whereas other people may not feel the same way, I made a few $1 million, so I can just kick back now and call it a day, So you can't tell them that. But you need somebody there to light a fire under him, I like Joseph Parker. And he shows me potential. He has potential, but somebody needs to light a fire under him. That's the whole thing. Somebody's got to light a fire under Joe Parker, otherwise he can forget it.
Yeah.
Because they got young lions coming. They got some young lions. The heavyweight division is starting to heat up now.
Yeah. Philo Perkovic coming through. Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is with Abel Sanchez. I know you wanted that job there, right there. Joe Joyce looks like he's pretty happy over there with Abel. Well,
I watch Abel Sanchez fighters. They all fight one way, and they're not able to deal with boxers. Now, Abel might have something to say about that, but I looked at Triple G versus Canelo. I looked at Triple G versus Jacobs. And when it came down to boxing, he couldn't deal with those boxers. They was putting a spanking on him. I thought Triple G won the fight with Canelo simply because Canelo didn't do enough of what he was doing. But he was making Triple G look like a novice.
Yep.
But he just wasn't applying himself enough. But he was taking Triple G to boxing school. He was beating him up. Danny Jacobs beat up Triple G. And then you come back with the Garcia fight versus Usyk. Usyk, that looked like a sparring session to me. Usyk beat up Garcia. Garcia had no clue as to what to do with Alexander Usyk. After the 5th round, he looked lost. After the 5th round, Garcia looked like he was lost. Usyk beat him up. So it seems to me that when Abel Sanchez boxes, they possess a lot of power, and it seems that's what they're banking on, is punching power and not boxing skills. That's just my opinion. You know, Abel may have something different to say about it, but in my opinion, they don't know how to deal with boxers. I saw recently where Abel said that, you know, that the style that Triple G has worked one time, and we're going to apply the same style to beat him a second time. I wouldn't do that if I was Abel. I would try to upgrade my attack. Because if he does that the second time, Canelo is subject to beat him.
Yeah. That's what people think is, they reckon it's the right time for Triple G to go down. Like just to the weekend, Sergio Kovalev losing to Alado Alvarez. You saw that fight?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that Kovalev is mentally shot. I think the two encounters with Andre Ward took it out of him. I think that he's gone. I think the time now is right for Anthony Yard to take Kovalev now. I think Anthony Yard could come in, and I think that he could beat Kovalev now. Even though Anthony Yard is still green, I still think that now is the right time to come in and beat Kovalev, because I don't think he's mentally there anymore. Mm-hmm. And that means a lot in the fight game, you know. I don't think he has the mental confidence to go on in the sport.
Anthony Yard people, they said he don't want to fight no one. They said he's young and he's only 11 amateur fights, and they said that even though they're ranked and stuff like that, that's not the way Tunde Ajayi is trying to go. He's not trying. They're not even trying to go that way.
Well, you know, it's not much they can do. He's in the number one spot, the WBO.
That's what I'm saying.
It's sort of like if you look at the situation, it's sort of like Fernando Vargas was back in the welterweights. Mm-hmm. Fernando Vargas became the number one contender, and they put him in the fire.
Oh, against Trinidad?
Against Trinidad, against De La Hoya, against Wiki Wright. He had no choice.
Yeah.
He was the number one contender. You got to piss or get off the pot.
Well, to be fair, he had the fight with the Winky Wright, which is close, and then he had the Ike Corte fight, and these are at 154. So he did have some names coming into that, and also
I think he was fortunate to get the decision over Ike Corte.
Yeah, and the Winky Wright, that's a word, but and also the Campus. He had the Uruguay Campus fight. He was quite experienced, so he had names coming into that fight in terms of like thing. But this but Vargas was really green. He didn't have a really big amateur career. Did he go to the Olympics? I think he went to the Olympics, didn't medal. I don't think he got a medal though. He got to the Olympics, he didn't medal though. Mayweather did.
Yeah, but he was still green when he was facing those guys. He was still green.
He was. You were. Yeah.
But he was the number one contender, and Anthony Yard is the WBO's number one contender.
Yeah.
So WBO is not going to let him sit back and say, "Okay, we're going to let you get 2 or 3 more fights before we put you out there."
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
So I think that he's going to have to relinquish that number one spot if he doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, well, we have to see what happens, man. We see what happens with him and just with boxing in the UK. Like I said, over here as well. I agree with everything you said about Joseph Parker. You know, he needs someone light enough this up. But I don't know if these fighters these days, to be fair, Mr. Shear, want that. It seems like to me they everything kind of going their way, and some trainers just want to get along to be along. I think you're one of them guys there. You don't care. You're gonna put it underneath them. And that's why it's like, you know, you got all these strength and conditioning.
I work with every day.
Mm-hmm.
The guys I work with every day, I said, look, we go to the dance, it's going to be tough out there. Get your mind together, because we go on to the dance, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to keep babysitting you. I'm not doing that. If you want a babysitter, okay, go get a babysitter. But this is the fight game, you know. I look back at guys like Timothy Witherspoon. Witherspoon, in his 14th or 15th fight, he was fighting the great Larry Holmes. Mm-hmm. Witherspoon didn't have an amateur career. Witherspoon didn't have an amateur career, and I think in his 15th fight, he fought the great Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
And he fought him to a 15-round decision. A decision to this day, fans are still debating whether Witherspoon really won that fight or whether he lost it. I had him losing the fight in the last 2 rounds. I think Larry Holmes did enough to maintain the title, but it still was a good fight, a debatable fight where people said Witherspoon won the fight. But here's a guy that didn't have no amateur background, but he raised his game. And if you look at the guys that Witherspoon fought after he lost to Larry Holmes, James Broad, David Baird, all those guys, he was fighting the top 20 heavyweights in the world with no amateur background. So sometimes what I'm saying is sometimes an amateur career makes a difference in a boxer's career. And then there are times where it doesn't make a difference. It's the mentality of the individual. If the mentality says that I'm great, I want to be great, you're able to reach different heights of what it is that you're pursuing. Everybody puts so much emphasis on amateur careers, and he's got experience. I've seen guys come in the pros that have a beautiful amateur background, but they pan out. They couldn't pan out as a professional. They were short-lived as a professional. They had beautiful amateur careers, but when they got to the pros, they didn't pan out because they put everything they had into the amateur career. But when they got to the pros, they didn't pan. So it's a case for and against. Sometimes it makes a difference, and oftentimes it doesn't make a difference. It depends on the individual, what the individual's mindset is, what the individual's capabilities are, what his physical attributes are. It's so many ramifications that I can inject in this conversation. But I'm not one of those persons that says, oh, this guy's got 55, 85 amateur fights, and he's better than this guy because the guy don't have it. I don't believe that. I think George Foreman had, 20 amateur fights when he won the gold medal.
Yeah.
20. And he turned pro right after he won the gold medal and beat up everybody.
He did. Errol Spence did that. He didn't even medal in the 2012, and he's beating up everyone as well.
But you see what I'm saying? George Foreman only had 20 amateur fights. And he came in the pros and ran through everybody. So sometimes it's a case for and against. You can't just base everything on a guy's expertise because he had a good amateur career.
Yeah. Man,
he had 175 fights in amateurs. That makes him. Sometimes it makes a difference, and other times it doesn't. It depends on the individual. I always say that, and I'll say that to the day I'm dead. It does. Sometimes it makes a difference, and other times it doesn't.
Yeah.
And Tim Witherspoon and George Foreman is a living testimony to that. Living testimonies,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mr. Bashir. We're going to call it in now. I'm going to try and talk to Eddie Mustafa Mohammed. I think one of his fighters on the card, I think Ava Knight or one of his fighters got didn't get their money paid, so I'm going to give him a call. Your good long friend Eddie Mustafa Mohammed, one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time, boy, the Flame. So I'll try and give him a call and try and talk to him and that. But
yeah, tell Eddie, give Eddie my regards. Eddie's my man,
Yeah, I mean, because of you, that's what we hooked up with Eddie. Like Eddie's always got stuff to say, man. So I'm gonna try and hit up with Eddie about this.
Just tell Eddie I asked about him. He knows who I am. He knows me very well. We go a long way back. Just tell him I asked about him and tell him to keep on doing what he's doing.
Alright, I'm going to do that, man. Mr. Bashir, it's always a pleasure. And we'll catch you up probably after around the Fury fight, because I might be going to Ireland, I might be going to Ireland for that fight and hanging out with Wilder and stuff like that. So I'm not too sure what's how that. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm
Good for you.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work, but if around that time, and then I'll have a more in-depth conversation around what's going to happen with Fury and Wilder. Hopefully something else happens there. So
I look forward to it. I look
Excellent.
forward to it.
All right, man. You take care, Mr. Bashir. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye. The light heavyweight, Sergio Kovalev got knocked out by Lara Alvarez. You watched that fight?
I watched the fight.
Go ahead, give us your take on it.
I just think that those fights that he had with Andre Ward took a lot out of him. You know, he looked like he didn't want to fight. After he got hit the first knockdown, he didn't want to fight no more. It was over. So that's how that was.
That's a short and sweet. What about Adonis Stevens versus your old fighter you trained, Buddy Jack, going into that fight? What was your take on that one?
I thought, listen, I tell it like this. I thought Badu won the fight fair and square. But he wasn't getting it in Canada. He got to be out of his mind. He won the fight fair and square. You're not beating those Canadian guys in Canada. Just ain't happening.
Do you think he's improved any since not being with you?
Who, Badu?
Yeah, how do you think his skill set? Because he's been getting to the body a lot, but I don't know. Like,
listen,
go ahead.
If I was in the corner, he would have won the fight. Put it that way. He would have won the fight.
I think so.
I know how to press those buttons.
Well,
and I'm not saying nothing bad against his trainer, Louis.
Yeah.
But Louis is my man. But you got to know how to press them buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And evidently he didn't know how to press the buttons.
Well, that's what Mr. Bashir was just saying. I was just talking to your colleague, Mr. Bashir. He said the same thing about Gladimir against AJ. When Gladimir knocked down AJ, he was in the corner. He would have pressed them buttons and jump on him and just keep swinging. It's either him or you, and just get him out of there. Like we gonna press them buttons, say what needs to be said at the time.
Exactly. That's the whole key. That's the whole key.
Mm-hmm. Press them buttons and get him out of there. All right, let me hear your take on Tyson Fury in the heavyweight division, because I know you campaigned in the heavyweight division.
For a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Just a minute. I know you wanted to campaign. I know you wanted to fight Larry Holmes. I think the time
I wanted to.
Yeah, I know you wanted to. He didn't want to fight you. So let's talk about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Like, what do you think about Tyson Fury and Wilder happening?
Well, it's going to be a good fight. As simple as that. I like Wilder on this fight because he's got more boxing ability. He's got a longer reach and he uses that jab to the fullest. Yep.
So you got Wilder winning that fight?
Mm-hmm.
But by knockout or just like points or whatever?
Well, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
If Steve Cunningham dropped him, who is a cruiserweight, and Deontay Wilder has leverage when he throws that right hand, and if he hits you with that, you're going to sleep.
Yeah, Tyson's still proving he got a bit of pop though. I can see that. Tyson's still got a bit of hit though. But Wilder, what do you think Wilder proved in the Ortiz fight? He proved he can take a punch though, or what?
Listen, Ortiz can punch.
Yeah, he can.
And he caught Wilder and he hurt him. But Wilder came back. That showed the great heart he got. He got that heart that he's not giving up that title, and that'll boost his confidence in his next fight, no matter who it is.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, what about our guy over here, AJ versus Povetkin? How you see that?
AJ and who?
AJ and Alexander Povetkin.
That's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah?
It's going to be a tough fight. But I like AJ. AJ, he's a good boxer. He has all the skills to beat Povetkin. But he has to, he's going to run into some heavy shots. Got to see if he can take them, which I think he could, because when Klitschko dropped him with a bomb, he got up, got his faculty back together, and took care of business. So I got to go with AJ. He showed me his mettle. He showed me that he can fight.
Well, we have to see about that fight. Look, these are the fights that everyone wants to see. And then you got low on the weight card. Errol Spence, Crawford. That's the fight that people want to see. How you think that fight will? What do you think will happen in that fight if that fight happens?
Well, let me tell you something. Errol Spence showed me what he's made of because he went over to London.
Nah, he went to Sheffield. But go ahead.
No, when he beat what's the guy's name?
Kell Brook is in Sheffield.
He beat Kell Brook
in Sheffield. Yeah, not London. It was in Sheffield.
Sheffield, England.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I don't care if it was in Kell Brook's house. He still would have beat him.
Yeah,
he can fight. He can flat out fight. He come to fight. You're not taking nothing away from him.
So what do you think? Crawford, what do you think of Crawford though?
Crawford is an excellent fighter. But I think my man hit a little bit too hard for him.
Errol Spence?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does hit a bit harder than that. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. Alright, so let's talk about Triple G and Canelo then. What you think?
I like Canelo.
Why?
There's going to be a lot of Mexicans at the fight. Betting a lot of pesos. So he's going to come right. He's getting in the best shape that he can possibly get in. So I got to give it to him. It's going to be a tough fight. I think they're going to pick it up where he left off, round 13.
So you think Canelo can win by what, points or stoppage? What do you think?
Well, Canelo just got to move his head a little bit more and sit down on his punches. And he can take Triple G out, no problem.
All right.
But it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely going to be a tough fight. Hey, did you see the heavyweights over here in the UK? There was a couple of them, Dillian White and Parker, and then Takum versus Derek Chisora. You see them fights?
I like those guys. Those guys are good fighters. They're doing England a good service. I like Dillian White.
Yeah.
He can fight.
Good fighter.
Yeah. Good fighter.
Beat Parker, man. He beat Parker quite convincingly. He got dropped in the last round, though. You know what I mean? But
that's okay. He got tired of beating on him.
Yeah.
He got tired, so he got knocked down. But that ain't nothing. He got back up, right?
Yeah, he got tired of beating him. Yeah, he got back up. And then Derek Zura. Yeah, Derek Zura and Carlos Takam was this old school slugfest, right?
Yeah. I'm up on all the English guys over there. Boxing is what I do. Yeah. I'm just not placing myself into the United States of America. I'm in the UK business also.
Okay, you got UK fighters?
No, I have guys from Romania.
From where? Romania?
Romania. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I think I see that guy. I think is it one of them guys who hits hard? Is a hard puncher, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that.
Very hard.
Yeah, I saw that one. That one hits hard, man. Who else you got over there? Who else you training?
Well, I got a couple other guys, but they're not making no noise yet.
Yeah.
They're just starting out.
I bet you'd like to have a heavyweight though, innit? You like to have a heavyweight right now, yeah?
Oh yeah, but you know what? Listen, the fight everybody want to see is Deontay and AJ.
Yeah, let's talk about that fight.
That'll happen. I think that'll happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that'll happen. I think it'll happen probably next year.
A lot of people in your side of the woods reckon that AJ's scared of fighting Wilder. He don't want that work, man. And then over here, we're thinking Wilder's outpricing himself, trying to say he don't deserve that much. His biggest payday. What's your take on the money take and basically Wilder thinks he's scared? What's your take on all that?
Listen. Listen. This is a business.
Yeah.
Those guys are the top 2 heavyweights in the world. They should get paid. They don't come to see the promote. They come to see the fighters fight. And I think that they should get paid.
50-50?
Come again?
50-50?
Exactly.
That's what I said. But,
do you want to fight so bad? 50-50, let's go.
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, both of them undefeated.
Right, let's go 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
whoever win the fight get an extra $1.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree with all that, man. I agree with that. Boxing's looking pretty good. You know, I haven't talked to you for a while. Last time I talked to you, I think we was just talking about the Buddy Jack situation. But obviously we moved on from that, and you seem like, you know, you're doing things. But obviously this whole thing with Vivian Harris and Chop Chop Corley, it's surprising because these guys at the end, like the tail end of their career, and they went together, had a good fight, a nice rematch, and just to get caught up in this sort of thing, it's never happened to them before. It's very bad.
No, this happened before. This is not the first time he beat these guys out of money. He's been doing that. Like I said, he tried to beat one of my fighters out of money, and I told him I was going to kick his behind if my fighter didn't get their pay.
Yeah, make sure.
So he paid up, and that was it.
I think Vivian and Chop Chop, they might have to use your tactics there, because I think Vivian's looking.
Well, they should listen.
Yeah.
Listen, they suppose one of them would have gotten really hurt, and they can't support their kids anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta play hardball with these promoters. You know, these are the bullshit artists. This guy's full of shit. You know, he tried to think he's a Don King. He's not a Don King, nowhere near a Don King. You know, he used to go around telling everybody he's related to Don King. You know, I pulled this whole card. He's a bullshit artist. I made sure he paid my fighter their money.
Before the fight?
No, right after the fight.
Okay.
Right after the fight. I went to the office. Now, I want my fighter's money. I don't want to hear you ain't got shit, or you gonna be less something. You know, and so he paid my fight, and that was it. But he's been known to go around not paying the fighters after the fight.
Because Mayweather was at the after party. I heard Mayweather got paid.
Yeah, but see, his thing was this here. The promoter who promoted the fight, he used Floyd as a pawn by telling the fighters that Floyd has something to do with the fight when Floyd did not have anything to do with the fight. You know, he tried to, you know, tell everybody, but I know how he is. He's a bullshit artist. You know, he's walking around with Floyd, telling everybody Floyd is a promoter. He's co-promoting with me. He's a liar. You know.
Wow, bad, man. Bad for boxing, man. Bad. Well,
it is bad for boxing.
Very bad, very bad. Alright, man. Eddie, man. Hey, we appreciate giving you this time, especially at short notice. And you know, man,
that's okay.
I appreciate watching your fights, man. You're like, you and the rest of the light heavyweights in your era, Eddie, all them Matthew Saab, Muhammad, Khalid, and what's his name again? John Conte,
John Conte,
Yaki Lopez,
you know what I mean?
Yaki Lopez,
Yaki.
all you guys.
I saw Yaki a couple days ago.
Yeah, you saw Yaki. How he's doing? He's alright.
He's doing good. He snuck up on me and grabbed me from behind. So he's a good guy. I love the kid.
Marvin Johnson, man. Listen.
Oh man.
Listen. I sat down and watched the whole era, right, between you guys. I don't even know why people don't even talk about it, man. It was just amazing. Like some of the fights you guys put together and what you guys did at that point. Obviously, Michael Spinks. Like some of the fights you guys put on and what you guys did, man. It was like, whoa. They were real, just great fights. No boring. You guys don't joke around, come to play. You guys are pulling in, man. You come to give work, man.
And they should put us in the Hall of Fame. You know? They put everybody else in the Hall of Fame. You know?
Are you not in no Hall of Fame? You must be in some Hall of Fame. You're in the Nevada Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, I'm in 5 Hall of Fame.
But yeah, you're not in Canastolo. That's the main one, right, with the fist.
That's the main one, exactly.
But you gonna get in there. Hope you get there while you're alive, not while you're dead. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah?
If they do it while I'm dead, I may push up the roses and walk over there. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, someone needs to jog these people's mind, because I don't know who's doing the ballot or the sports writers. I don't know what's wrong with them, because there's so many fighters like yourselves and that, like some of the guys they putting in. It seems like there's a big effort to put a lot of European fighters over here in before you guys. I mean, Hamed came in recently, Joe Calzaghe. I'm like, man, hold on a minute, man. You guys have been over here. You guys have been on retired for a long time. You know, they should come.
But you know what? If they deserve it, I got nothing against that.
Yeah.
But you know, don't put guys that with 50-50 records and you know things like that. I'm not with that.
Yeah.
You know, I worked hard. I'm in 5 Hall of Fames already.
Mm-hmm.
I worked hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I worked hard. You know, I knocked out 40 people. Yeah, I knocked out 40 opponents.
Amazing.
You know, I worked hard.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, listen, Miss Bashir showed me your fight against Marvin Johnson, how to break down a southpaw. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I sit there
That's
and watch
what you
that.
do.
Yeah, I sit there because I do amateur coaching, right? I sit down there and I use exactly what you do, bro. I like the left hook to the body to set up to the right hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got the uppercut in there, throwing a little uppercut to set up the right hand.
Yeah.
And all you do is just slip, parry, and you just keep popping him in his face with the right. And the left hook comes over. You just, oh my god! Listen, that breakdown of because that Marvin Johnson, he could hit, man.
He was strong dude. You kidding me?
Yeah,
he was a strong
he
dude.
was strong, man. And you know what I'm saying? He coming off a nice run. The way you broke him down, man, and you done it so easy, effortlessly. You just took your time. You know what I'm saying? You just.
That's what I had to do. Take my time and go to work.
Yeah.
I knew what to do.
Yeah.
It wasn't a problem because he the type of guy that'll come after you.
Yeah.
All I did was wait and relax.
Yeah.
And when he made a move, I made a double move.
That's what you did.
That's all.
I mean, Mr.
That's all.
Hey, go ahead.
I made a double move, and that was it.
Yeah. Oh,
You
man.
know,
That man.
he couldn't get over it.
No, man, he looked confused. He ain't never been handled like that before. He never got handled, man. I'm telling you, man, that was just a beautiful way of this. Man, I'm telling you, man, some of them fights there, man. Like I sit there and they're classics. I just wonder why some when they talk about fights and stuff like that, in terms of that little era, it didn't get talked about as enough as it should have, man. I just don't understand.
Yeah, but they don't care about us. You know, they got their picks where they want to go in the Canastota Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the guys like you that'll keep our name out there, that'll be perfect.
I got a t-shirt.
Perfect.
I got a t-shirt with you. I got a t-shirt with all 4 of you. I call you the what do you call it? The elite 8. I think there's 9 of you really, because I'm missing out the other one, Galendez. I'm missing out Galendez, but
Galendez was a hell of a. You know, I don't know if you ever saw the fight when I fought Galendez.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw it.
I thought I beat him.
Yeah.
Everybody else, the announcers thought I beat him.
That was in Argentina, right? Was that in Argentina?
No, that was in Turin, Italy.
Yeah, Italy. But you know how they are out there. That's what I thought as well. I was like, yeah, you knew they robbed you out there. I was thinking the same thing.
Of course.
Yep.
I knew this.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd have been 2-time light heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't complain. I let the fans, do the talking.
Yeah, that's what I think Marvin saw that and went over there and whooped his ass, man. That's what.
Right. Exactly. Marvin knocked him out.
Yeah, Marvin knocked him out. That's what Marvin said. He saw they ain't gonna let go to the cards. But when Marvin came to you, you see this? That's what I'm saying.
Different ball game.
Yeah,
different ball game.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So it was like, okay, you beat him, but you don't mean you gonna beat me. And it's like, you know,
that's what I'm saying.
And then what's the other guy?
Gonna beat me, Doug.
What's the other guy in prison? What's the other guy's name in prison again?
James Scott. He just passed away.
Oh man, he was good as well, man. Yeah,
tell me about it.
I
still feel the hits he gave
you. That was a hard fight you had with him, man.
Oh yeah, we got down.
Yeah, that was hard, man. He was tough, man. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And then
gotta give it to him.
Yeah,
you gotta give it to him.
He passed away, and then you got Khalid. Khalid, hey.
No, Khalid wasn't no joke.
No.
You got to bring your lunch when you fight him.
Yeah. Even though his dimensions are short, his hands and his fist and his big, and his defense is very good, man. His defense is exceptional.
You know, he asked me one time when we went to go see Mike Tyson in prison, me and Khalid.
Okay.
So on our way back, he said, "I want to ask you a question." So I said, "What's the question?" He said, "What if me and you would have fought? What would have happened?" I said, "I'd have knocked you out." As simple as that. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? You know, you can beat me? Hell no. I'm gonna knock your ass out. That's the bottom line.
That would have been. I don't think that fight never happened. I think Khalid.
No, it never happened.
Nah, it never happened. There's a couple of fights that didn't happen. Like I remember last time we talked, you wanted to fight John Conte as well. I remember you wanted to fight him.
Exactly, because you know why I wanted to fight him, because I thought he was a great fighter.
Yeah.
You know, and I always gave him his props. I said, well, I want to fight John Conte because I know he was a great fighter.
Yeah.
You know, so I gave him his props, but the fight never happened.
Yeah. Matthew Saad Muhammad, he went over there.
I beat him.
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm saying, Matthew. This is what I'm saying about in terms of like the styles mixed up. That's why I said like people. I don't think people really. I mean, I watched the whole period and I was like, man, these fights are amazing, man. And the thing is, in that whole span of where you guys were in terms of light heavyweight, like one of the best light heavyweight era. Like you guys are just putting it in, man. It was just amazing. And then
they call it the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I sat there and just got a boxing lesson. The whole period, like it was just amazing. But hey, anyway, Mr. Mustafa, hey, it was great talking to you. And
listen, feel free to call me anytime. I got time for all you guys.
All right, man. We will do, man. We try and catch up on the up and coming fights coming up, man. You take care. Thanks. We appreciate your time.
You got it, buddy.
All right, man. Take care. Bye bye.
Right.